Welcome back, everyone, to the Green Mountain Championship. This is the fourth and final round out here at Fox Run Meadows. My name is Paige Pierce.
I'm Missy Gannon.
And since we're back at Fox Run, we are going to be throwing some long shots, trying to keep it inbounds, and hope the wind stays a little bit calm.
Yeah, I mean, the projected wind is supposed to be pretty good as far as being on the low side, so we just are all hoping for that to be true.
So Hailey King's at 9 under. I'm close behind at 7 under, and Catrina and Sarah Hokom are tied at even par. We do have the Tour Championship points up at stake here. We are battling. We have 2 tournaments left after this one, so this one will determine who's going to move up in the ranks, and the top 4 spots do get a bye in the first round at the Tour Championship, so this is very important. And, you know, for the longevity of our tour, we are definitely trying to move up in the ranks.
Yeah, and starting us off, hole 1, 600 feet, par 4. OB right off the tee. You have to clear all of this land with the bridge and land safely inbounds. Right about this area, you'll have a pretty clear, slight anhyzer shot up to the basket or a forehand. OB lining all around the edges and pinches pretty close to the basket as well. So definitely 2 pretty technical shots to get yourself the birdie.
Hailey up first, going with her vulture here. Good correction from round 2. She's going to be in the center of the fairway and probably have a sidearm from there for Hailey. This is my Raptor. This one's nice and beat in, so I'm not worried about the left side OB.
Funny little reaction there, but your pass was that first tree, and a little bit on the left side, so you might have a couple of options.
Catrina going the more wide hyzer. And this one is with a driver. Ooh. Needs to sit and just barely out of bounds. And on this hole, you have the option, if you go out of bounds, to either throw from where you went out or from the drop zone.
Good luck to everybody on the course today.
That's a perfect sidearm shot right to the landing zone.
She is quite a bit farther back than the rest of us, so she's going to be up first and have to put a real move on this one.
And she does that. She's just outside the circle from where she was. It's a great shot.
Going with my Crystal Fierce here on a slight anhyzer, just trying to get that glide the whole way. And I don't want it to filter left because there is OB that comes in close to the basket on the left side.
Perfectly parked. Great way to start.
Hailey's going with her Crystal Raptor on that inside line. Very overstable finish. And we're going to be in a very similar position.
Cat from her OB lie. Throwing her putter up there. It's nice and soft. Hanging out with you guys on that right side.
Hokom can still get the birdie if she can hit this.
Yeah.
All right. She knew it was in. I think she's one of the best 34 to 37 foot putters. Just outside the circles, just Sarah's specialty.
Cat's up next to save her par. Catches low and left, but sticks. Great birdie from Hailey. Just trying to keep that lead. You match, so keeping pace. And hole 2, 250 feet, par 3. Just a straight tunnel shot, really cool hole. And you just have to throw your straightest flying putter or mid-range that's going to land nice and soft. You don't want to go too long, so you don't want to throw anything too fast because there is OB all along the backside of the basket. Main objective is just hitting this gap with something glidey.
Hailey with her Luna puts a nice turn on it. A little bit hot there, but she does stay safe. She will have about a 30-foot putt, though, coming back at this elevated basket. All right, new camera angles from GKPRO.
Yeah, just need a little flip. Stalls right by the basket. You also are a little long, but certainly inside of Hailey.
Hokom seems to be getting more comfortable off the tee with the backhand. It's good to see her taking more chances with it. And this one's going to find her just outside circle 2. Catrina with that PA1. A little early release, but it sneaks through the left side. She's going to be inside circle 2. Just outside circle 2.
Giving it a bid.
And running it.
That was a great look. Probably more of a half go from Sarah there. Hailey's got the pressure putt. Seeing you pretty close to the basket. Can't quite capitalize, so let's see if you can pick up a stroke here. Just high off those high nubs. So we'll see just a bunch of pars here from our lead card. Moving into hole 3, which is very technical shot. It's 300 feet and it's a par 3, but it plays quite a bit uphill. There is a Mando on this right side tree that we're flying by right now, and OB all along the right side as well. You just need to throw something very, very straight, or maybe a hyzer flip up just to get the glide up this hill. And it does drop off severely behind the basket with OB behind as well. You definitely see some discs fly a little bit too fast and find that OB long.
Hailey with her stalker. Coming in fast.
Yeah. In danger, but checks up just before the OB. She will have a technical birdie putt from that range.
This is my soul. Little late release. Kick the tree and kind of cut through the middle of it. Not quite sure exactly on our ruling quite yet. We're kind of discussing it as Sarah tees.
Oh, hit a house. Hit it, hit it, hit it.
Looking for more turn. Okay, good tree. At least it stayed in bounds. It was definitely tracking towards that right side. Does get that roll to the left, so she might have to deal with some trees in her way on the approach.
Catrina now with her M4. Hyzer flip. Right up to flat. And this is going to be quite a bit closer than Hailey's, coming in at such a slower speed. So I played a provisional, I played from the drop zone, and I played from here where my disc did land. And Jeff Spring came over and did rule that I did make the Mando because I didn't go right of the trunk of the tree.
Okay.
I went through the tree.
Yeah, that's tricky. Those Mando trees sometimes always seem to have those questions.
Yeah, totally. And it was good. We decided to call him immediately because we didn't want it to come down to the last hole and still not know what the ruling was. All right, Hokom up and in.
Yeah, we saw Hailey couldn't quite connect on that birdie putt. Let's see if Cat can. Gotta sit. Okay.
Not quite high enough, but
Yeah.
yeah, like you said, good thing that did not roll because it looked like it wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind, same score either way. Thank you for coming though.
Okay. Yeah.
Yourself and Hailey will tap in some pars. Still keeping the scores the same. Heading on over to the other side of the course.
Hey everybody, I'm Paige Pierce, and today I'm going to talk to you about my 2020 Tour Series disc, the Buzz. What I love about this disc is its versatility. It's almost as far as a fairway driver, but it's so straight like a mid-range. The Buzz is a staple in my bag. I think this mold is perfect for anybody. With its slow speed and its controllable flight, it's good for all skill levels, and anybody would benefit from having a Buzz in their bag.
All right, hole 4, 470 feet, par 4. There are a couple of different options here. There is that fairway all along the left side, straight off the tee, or this sort of island fairway off to the right, which is a little bit blind off the tee, and then you're trying to shoot up over this OB area, up to this green, so you can try to go straight up the middle or lay up over to the right, and then lay up again for your birdie look. Hailey clipping early. There is OB all through the middle there. Unfortunately finds it.
This is my Zeus. I got the eagle in round 2 on this one, and I feel pretty confident off this tee, getting enough distance. Going for it again today. And this one was even better. Almost got to the
Wow.
circle's edge.
That is so good. I mean, you won't see very many women going for that shot, and it's just so impressive to see it.
Hokom opts for the sidearm chip into the island green. And
Yeah.
she's closer to the front edge, too, so this makes her upshot quite a bit shorter. Catrina with the backhand with the PA1.
Yep, also just trying to lay up to that front. That's perfect, right to the front edge of that landing zone. Hailey from her OB drop, still quite a ways out, but she's making pretty good work of this approach. Just a little bit long. She'll have about 22 feet at that elevated pin.
Hokom from a standstill. Perfect distance read. Oh, but
Ooh.
brutal roll to the circle's edge.
Did it hit those rocks
Yeah.
in front?
Cat also going with the sidearm. This one coming in a little bit high. Stalls out outside of Hailey's.
All right.
So this would be for at least 2 strokes.
About 38 feet. Oh, just left side. You're still going to gain a stroke at least.
Oh. And Hokom thought she had that one as well, but just a tiny bit too far right.
Yeah, these Mach X's, they don't like when you're a little too left or right. They will push your disc out most of the time.
Cat just a little bit high, hits off the top and rolls to a very similar distance. Maybe even a little bit farther than she just was. Can't quite connect on that one, so she will go from birdie to bogey.
Hailey to pick up her par.
That's a good up and down.
Yeah.
And, you know, she still has the lead with that.
Yeah, you had a nice tap-in birdie. Closing that gap just a little bit more.
Do a leaderboard check-in. Like we saw, I just closed the gap by 1. Sarah Hokom is now jumped ahead of Kat by 2 shots. She's under par and Catrina's over par for the round. We also got Alex Benson at even. I'm very impressed by how she's hanging on to her chase card spot and even moving up some spots.
Yeah, it's been awesome to watch. I was playing with her. But hole 5, 475 feet, par 3, OB all along the right and left side. And the main objective is to get through this initial gap right here. Most of us can reach this gap. And if you don't think you can, you just have to make sure you lay up to a spot that's on that right side. Easier said than done. Plays quite a bit downhill, and then there is the pond to the left of the basket that could definitely come into play on a big shot.
This is my most overstable Zeus. I'm trying to throw it as hard as I can, wide and high, to make sure I stay over that tree on the right side.
Oh, nice.
And this is the closest I've ever been on this hole, so I feel really stoked about that.
Yeah,
Good time to have the best drive.
for sure.
Hailey now with a vulture. She opts for the lower inside gap. This is a lot more technical in my opinion, because you have to perfectly control that distance where it starts hyzering.
For sure. She finds herself just a few steps outside of circle 1.
Sarah now trying to go that sidearm gap. Not quite enough distance. She's going to get pinched by those trees, and the upshot from there is still pretty difficult. Kat's lining up the big hyzer, but pulls it a little too tight. And that's going to find the water on the left side. Left side OB is better than right side, though, as you get to play it from way down there. If you go OB on the right, you're pretty much re-teeing.
Such a technical little, step out there. You could tell it definitely felt awkward, but she made decent work of it.
Catrina ran it from there.
No
Hit
way.
the basket and rolls out of bounds. Such a crazy turn of events.
I mean, you know that can happen on these type of sloped greens, but never want to see it. And this has to sit too. No. Just stay in bounds.
That one does stay in bounds. But still, tester uphill.
Let's see if Sarah can shake off seeing those two. Full commitment, hits high.
All right, and good hit from Catrina. She will be taking a double bogey with 2 out of bounds strokes, but good putt, minimizing the damage.
And this is to hopefully save par not give away too many strokes, but she's not able to connect. You're looking at a birdie here, potentially to pick up 2 strokes on Hailey. Nice. Man, this is going to be a battle for sure. We're only 5 holes in. It's gonna get exciting.
Lots
I
of
feel
scoring.
it.
Scoring changes already.
Yeah. Taking the lead. Heading into hole 6, 270 feet, par 3, does play uphill the entire way. The story out here is that there's OB on the left and OB on the right, and also this OB patch right here in the middle that you just have to get over. At 270, all of us can reach this hole. It does play uphill, so you just have to commit to a nice Anheuser shot, or if you have a forehand, it sets up well for that as well. Clipping that early tree, but fighting through, just going a little long of the pin. That is in a good spot. You'll probably be able to take a little relief from that wall too.
Yeah.
OB.
Yep. Hailey with her Onyx, wide sidearm hyzer.
Looks nice as long as it can swing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pin high, 20 left. Sarah looking for a pretty similar shot. I would guess she's going to put this one a little bit tighter. Yep.
Get the skip. 20 short. All right, you guys are surrounding the pin right now.
We got it covered. Catrina with the backhand. She's going M4 here.
Also looking good as long as it keeps holding.
It does. We are all within the circle.
Nice.
Putting for 2. And I'll be up first.
A little bit of a breeze, but not too much to speak of. All right. Starting it off. Let's go. Let's see a few more here. Come on, Cat. Yeah, great hit.
All right. Sarah makes it as well.
Sweet.
We just got Hailey to try to pick up a star birdie frame here.
Yes, nice job.
And Hailey just never looks pleased, does she?
Oh.
Oh.
Hole 7, 1,085 feet, par 5. Probably one of the, most iconic holes on this course, just for the fact that it is the first and only par 5 out here. And you just hear about all of the different scores that could happen on this hole. Par feels really, really good, honestly, with the OB all around the fairways. And it just takes nice controlled but distance shots. So you got to be comfortable throwing your distance drivers on the first couple of shots to get yourself within a birdie range. So objective here is just to get over that first initial OB, past that middle tree. You're opting to go for that inside line, getting a full flight, trying to get as much distance as possible. Saved by this OB stake. All right.
Hailey up next with her Zeus.
Little flipped.
Right into the tree, but it cuts through, and she's going to be safe. Hokom now opts for a wide sidearm hyzer. And I think this is a good play for Sarah. She's not getting much distance off this tee, but it's just a guaranteed safe shot. Kat also goes for a wide hyzer, but on the backhand line, so she's aiming way right of those two white trees.
Also won't quite get as much distance that going that way, but does feel pretty, safe and controlled going that route. Now this one, yeah, Hailey's just unleashing, trying to get as much distance as possible, especially being a little bit shorter than she would want off the tee. Does a really great job.
Hokom trying to put it left and use as much fairway as possible.
And it was oddly calm at this point in the round.
Yeah, most of the day it was
Yeah.
pretty calm, actually, especially compared to round 2 out here.
So definitely makes this hole not feel quite as scary. Cat keeping it low in the middle of the fairway.
And this one, this branch is in my run-up, so I'm having to kind of duck under the branch. Hindsight, I probably should have stood still,
Get down, get down.
but I am straddling the line over there and I will be safe.
All right.
But too close for comfort, especially with this battle being so close.
Sarah hanging out a forehand nice and wide. Again, just perfectly placed in the middle of the fairway.
This is my Surge SS here. This is a weird distance for me. I hadn't been this far back after 2. So I decided to go driver, and it was just a little too aggressive and turned over. I'm going to be out of bounds on the right side after 3. And Hailey is just now throwing 3. So if she can keep this safe, she will probably pick up at least a stroke.
When that's turning over, it's going to hit those branches, but fights through.
And stay
Stays.
safe. Just outside circle 2. Ooh, that might have been a foot fault there.
Going similar line. Fights through those branches as well.
I need to get up and down because I know Hailey's at circle 2. She's at least going to pick up 1, maybe 2 if she can hit that putt. And Hokom clearly just playing this hole for par. She's not even trying to get any of those shots too much distance. It's a good play. She's under the base of it.
Yep. All right, come on, Hailey. All right, a little bit too low. Not quite sure if she was going for it or not, but we've seen her make big putts.
Catrina from a little inside circle 2. Oh, just barely low.
All right, to try to minimize the damage. Not lose too many.
And I'll be happy with that after an out of bounds, just losing 1 stroke. Hailey will tie it back up.
Now into hole 8, 570 feet, par 4, plays uphill, parallel to the last hole 7. And off the tee, you want to land right about here. Just try to get as much distance as possible, being uphill the entire way to set yourself up for hopefully an easier approach to this green, which does pinch really close to the OB.
Hailey with her Zeus just right down the center, looking for a slight fade. And she's way up there. Sarah now with her trace. This is her max distance driver.
Trying to hang it over close to the OB and hyzer back in. Yep. A little bit shorter, but she's on a good side to approach the green from there.
Catrina goes more of a hyzer, pure hyzer shot, making sure not to bring an OB into play at all. And same looking shot for me, but with a little bit straighter of a disc, so I get a little bit more distance on it. Oh,
Yeah, this pin is probably still a good, what, over 300?
from
probably.
where Hokom was, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So uphill still. Very big shot from there. Stays in bounds, though.
Hailey with the Crystal Raptor. She left this one short in round 2. Also, I was expecting her to club up maybe, but she threw the Crystal Raptor again, and it's just relying on that awesome putting stroke of hers.
Nice approach from Kat with her mid-range. Slight turn on it, kept it pretty straight.
And this is my Crystal Fierce. Just trying to throw it high and letting it drop down, not getting it much turn or hyzer.
Yeah. Great shot. All right, from circle 2, let's see if Sarah can connect. Just not quite high enough and a little bit right. Just inside circle 1. Yeah.
Great putt from Hailey. And Kat also taps in her birdie. I need to hit this one to keep pace with Hailey.
Yeah, right in the middle. Sarah will walk away with her par. And we're moving into hole 9. Last hole on the front 9 here, 390 feet, par 3. Plays downhill the entire way. The entire hillside on the left side is OB, as well as those trees on the right side. Relatively straight shot, just depends. You have a few options. You can also throw like an anhyzer to the left off the tee. Whatever's going to get you the right amount of distance and stay straight, land nice and soft. Hailey opting for that straighter line, a little bit low, so she will find herself short inside of circle 2.
Catrina with the X1. I'm sorry, X3. This is a little bit too tight, but a lot of the discs, when they go on that hillside, kind of roll down. Unfortunately, hers just kind of stays up there, and it's just barely out of bounds on the left. I'm going with my soul here up the left side, aiming at that spotter on the left. Looking for that late fade.
Yep. Dropping a little early.
Yeah, I just threw it a little bit too hard. It just wanted to find the ground quick. I'm going to be similar spot to Hailey. Sarah now with the flexing sidearm. Is it high enough? Just barely. She gets over that OB stake and will be circle 2's edge as well.
Just pitching up, rolls around. She'll be on the front side of that big boulder.
I sat in front of that putt for a while and tried to decide, and for some reason I just wasn't feeling confident about it, so decided to just take a breath and lay it up. Hailey does not, though, and tickles chains on the right side, almost connects. But it does get a little bit of a roll.
To save par. Ooh, just high. That's got to sit. No way. That's heartbreaker. Whoa. Straight through the chains?
And that was absolutely a cut through. I've never seen it on a mock X.
No, that's crazy. Hailey kind of dealing with that boulder a little bit, having to straddle out and cannot connect. So you will actually be gaining another stroke here with your par to close out the front 9. Lots of flip-flops, back and forth in score.
Yeah, it's getting crazy. Every hole it seems like there's a scoring change, and we are only halfway through this final round. Nerves are high, and obviously anything can happen out here. So make sure you guys tune into the back 9 if you want to see how this event concludes. Promise you it will be exciting. Make sure you tune in and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching.